The money comes on the tops of the $525 million in the Robinhood shares. The government has seized it. The Department of the Justice has said that it has seized $170 million in the cash with links to the FTX and the disgraced cryptocurrency exchange and the chief executive Sam Bankman-Fried, which was included on the fraud case. They included $94.5 million in accounts in the Silvergate Banks, a California-based bank specializing in the cryptocurrencies, along with nearly $50 million held at the Farmington State Banks, which is based in the Washington State, and $20.7 million in the currency in accounts in ED and the F-managed capital markets. Prosecutors also seized 55.27 million shares of the Robinhood stocks from an ED and the F-managed capital markets accounts, according to the court filing. The stocks for Robinhood and online trading platforms closed at $9.50 million a share Friday, putting the value of their seizures at more than $526 million. Federal prosecutors seized nearly $700 million in the cash and the assets connected to the Sam Bankman-Fried court filing from the Friday shows, parallelly mirroring the forms of the Robinhood shares. 3 accounts via the silver banks and the held US dollars in the names for the FTX digital markets, the Bahamian subsidiary. The federal prosecutors seized nearly $700 million in the cash and the assets connected to the Sam Bankman-Fried, parallelly mirroring the forms of the Robinhood shares that were owned by the FTX founders, a court filing reveals on the Friday. John J. Ray, who replaced Bankman-Fried as the CEO to guide the FTX restructuring, is trying to rescue funds that were lost by the crypto markets and depositors when the firm spirals into the bankruptcy on November. Bankman-Fried was arrested to the criminal fraud charges in December and is released on $250 million bond and is awaits trial. The 55 million plus Robinhood shares are at the heart of the continuous multi-year party battles between the Caribbean legislators, the representatives of the bankruptcy cryptocurrency lenders BlockFi, Bankman-Fried himself, and the FTX bankruptcy leadership. On December 12, the 30-year-old Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas on federal charges of the wire fraud and the conspiracy related to the collapse of his cryptocurrency exchange FTX. After being extradited to the US, he pleaded not guilty to all the charges on June 3, hearing that remains free on $250 million on the bonds. He has been ordered to live at his parents' house in California until his trial, which is scheduled to begin in October. After more than 30 years, is one of the world's best-known cryptocurrency exchange, FTX declared bankruptcy on November amid the spectacular collapse of its exchange and the companion currency. The next month, the Justice Department charged Bankman-Fried with 8 counts of fraud, money laundering, and other crimes. Bankman-Fried has pleaded not guilty and remains under house arrest at his parent homes in Palo Alto. The Southern District also said it has taken about 55 million shares of the trading platform Robinhood, worth about $525 million the Friday afternoon, which it had previously said it would do. Those shares are in dispute with the Justice Department's Bankman-Fried and defunct crypto lenders BlockFi all laying claim to it. While Bankman-Fried previously personal access to the funds is not clear, the sums could contradict Bankman-Fried's statements in interviews in November that he was down to $100,000 in the assets. The sudden collapse of FTX has reverberated throughout the financial world and garnered questions about the viability of the cryptocurrency. On November 11, FTX filed for bankruptcy just after Bankman-Fried told investors the company was experiencing an $8 billion shortfall. That's it for today. If you haven't already, subscribe the channel and turning on the red notifications bell so you'll never miss any for future fascinating and testing videos like that one. So see you next time. Take care.